Hello guys, my name is Vota and I'm part of the Technically Speaking team. And today I'm going to give you a basic demonstration of the data mining software called RProgramming. R is a programming language that is used for statistical computing and is used by statisticians and data miners. It is well developed, simple and an effective programming language with many functionalities such as calculations on arrays, lists, vectors and matrices. R can either be downloaded from a computer with one of three operating systems, namely Windows, Linux, Mac OS, where I will be using Windows 10. It can also be used on the website with the Try It option. After the installation, which I will not include in this demonstration, is complete, we will open the software. Firstly, what we will do is create a very basic command prompt with the help of RScript. First, create a variable which will be a string to store in the data, and this variable will include very basic hello world. Next, what we will do is after we have created the variable, we want to display it by typing this, and then we will display it. RProgramming is also case sensitive like other programming languages. So by typing in my string with a capital M first, it will give an error because it is case sensitive and then it's not the correct variable or object. Next we will do is to create comments within the script. Next we will use is to create comments. A comment is used by using hash, and then inside that it will save it as a comment, such as saying displays hello world. For the next one, we will be discussing vectors, lists, and matrices, and data frames. Vectors are a lot similar to arrays in other programming languages, such as typing the following. After that, then we will display the vector called apple, and it will display it in this form. The C in the vector is used to combine all the elements together to be able to display it as follows. For the next part, we will be using a list. A list can contain many different types of elements inside it, like vectors, functions, and another list inside itself, such as this. Then, for the next, we will display the values of the list. Obviously, using print to display the list, which were given as the following. For the next part, what we'll do is we will create a matrices. A matrix are two-dimensional rectangular data sets, which is usually used in mathematical calculations such as is used by statisticians. Before we can use it, we need to save it in a matrix. We need to save it before we can display it. Just the following. Now that the matrix has been created, we can display it and we'll give it in the format of a matrix. For the next part, we will create a data frame. Data frames are tabular data objects. Unlike a matrix, in a data frame, each column can contain different modes of data. For example, first can be numeric, second character can be a character, and third can be logical. So it's just creating a data frame called BMI. And the first elements will be the gender of three elements, such as, or it will be saved as male, female. Second part will then be height, the three values, such as 171 or 152 or 171.5, and then it's say 165. Next we'll add is height, which is also used when calculating your BMI. So let's get this. Is your weight, which will then say 81, 93, 78. No, and 18. Alright, that's 78. Next will be the age, which will let's say 42, 38, and 26. And this will be your data frame, which will be your BMI, or your data frame called BMI. Then we'll display this data frame, and we'll give it in a tabular form. For the last part of this tutorial, we will briefly discuss operators. An operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform specific mathematical or logical manipulations. Different types would be arithmetic, relational, logical, etc. We will be discussing arithmetic, relational, and logical. There are two others which will not be included in this demonstration. The first one is arithmetic operators. First, we need to create two variables, or two vectors with the values 2, 5.5, and 6. Then we'll create the second one with different values. Let's make it 8, 3, and 34. Now with arithmetic operators, they are used for basic calculations, such as saying print v plus t equal each part of the vector that will add to each other, which will then make 10, 8.5, and 14. It can also be done with the minus, where they will subtract from each other, or they can also be divided by each other, and so on. Next up is relational operators, which is used for comparing data with one another. By using the exact same vectors v and t, we can compare them with each other. Where this is, it's to test if the values are the same. Since none of these values are the same, the output will be false for each element. Next, what we can use is if v is less than or equal to t, where the first and last will only be true due to the comparison. Lastly is logical operators, which are only applicable to vectors of type logical, numeric, or complex. All values greater than 1 are considered as logical values. Now what we'll do is we will reset, and we'll create same vectors but with different values. Such by using 3, 1, true, and 2 plus 3i. What we will then have to do is we'll have to create another vector called t, where it was some values 4, 1, false, and then the same last value. After this is created, we will display the logical comparison with each other by typing in V and T. It will check if they are of the same type, such as the 3 and 4 are of the same numeric type as with the second one. They're both numeric values, where with the third element of both vectors is true and false, and it is, since it's Boolean, since it is Boolean, it will only be true if both values are the same, due to the AND representing AND. With the last value, they are both numeric, so it will also be true. You can say the same with print V, which will then represent OR. So if they are of the same type, or if one is true, then the statement is true, such as this. Another one would also be using not T. So it is where they are not both the same, or where they are not correct type. And that concludes this demonstration. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helps you to give an better introduction on our program.